If you have Netflix, odds are you've seen House of Cards, Stranger Things, Daredevil, Orange is the New Black, and much more. Now, another gem in Netflix's programming is the anthology series called Black Mirror, created by Charlie Brooker. Focusing on technology and their potentially unforeseen consequences, Black Mirror has raised many ethical questions, with many episodes showcasing dark moments for those on, let's just say, the wrong side of said technology. Now, this usually results in real tragedies for both the main characters and supporting characters. So for our list, we try not taking multiple moments from a single episode, but instead just having one moment per episode kind of be considered. And with all that said and done, this is our list for the most tragic moments in Black Mirror Season 4. So starting us off here, we have the Season 4 finale titled Black Museum. And this is a really interesting episode for fans of Easter eggs of Black Mirror, because trust me, there are tons of Easter eggs. But in Black Museum, we receive a tour showcasing various pieces of technology. Now, the first piece of technology is an implant and interface provided to Dr. Peter Lawson. So the purpose of this technology was to allow him to feel the sensations others felt, which could be useful in diagnosing what's wrong with the patient. This is going all great in the episode until a patient dies and he also experiences said death. But because he's experiencing the sensations of it and not actually undergoing it, it obviously messes with his brain. Now, what ends up happening is his brain's ability to interpret sensations such as pain and pleasure becomes switched to a very, I want to say high degree, but that would be an understatement. This reaches a dangerous peak and really a critical moment when he has to be physically removed from a future dying patient because he's essentially getting off from the patient essentially upcoming and reaching the flat line. Once this happens, Dr. Lawson's essentially sent home, he's kind of fired. His actions after this really showcase the danger of this technology. Now, because he's a doctor, and they even make a point of mentioning this in the episode, he's very surgical with how he harms himself. It's not just him cutting himself in random places. He's very thorough, he's very detailed, so he knows exactly where to hurt himself without killing himself, and it's a huge mess, and it's quite gory actually for a Black Mirror episode, I have to say. It was very unsettling with all this self-harming in extreme ways. Eventually it's not enough. Eventually he has to feel the fear others have from being harmed and kind of the fear of uncertainty of what's going to happen to him along with death. It's a very haunting moment where Dr. Lawson, he just gets to that point. It's like a drug addict that really gets hooked onto a new drug. He needs his fix. So he goes up to a random homeless guy and murders him. And it was really disturbing, like I said before, this aura of pleasure and this moment of bliss he was having while murdering this homeless man. It was just horrible. And what makes this moment really dark is, like I said before, how he enjoys it rather than having any sense of regret over his actions. The reason why this is the number one most tragic story is because out of the various stories told in Black Museum, he was a victim the whole time. All he really wanted to do is save lives as a doctor. Alas, the technology betrayed him, and that's really what makes this moment really tragic, because to see where he started off with and his intentions to where he ended off in the episode is just truly alarming. The second thing we have on our list is the actions of Mia Nolan in the episode titled Crocodile. Now, Mia Nolan in the third episode of Black Mirror Season 4 is a successful architect, loving mother, and happy wife. And everything's looking up for her until an old friend comes into the picture, reminding her of their involvement with a hit-and-run murder. Afraid of losing what she's gained, especially her family, she ends up killing her old friend, which begins a snowball effect as one cover-up leads to another cover-up. Now, unfortunately, the episode really approaches a low moment when an insurance agent comes to visit Mia. Now, this has nothing to do with Mia's murders, it's just that Mia happened to be a witness to an accident. Later, in the middle of the episode, the insurance agents in this future Black Mirror timeline, they use what's called like a memory recollector. Kind of as the name suggests, it collects memories. So that's what police use in the future witness reports, and that's what insurance agents use to help get witness statements and witness observations to help support insurance claims. When the insurance agent uses this technology on Mia, it allows her to see Mia's memories, which unfortunately not only has the accident, that was the whole purpose of the insurance agent being there, but also has the memories of Mia killing her friend. Obviously, the insurance agent would have to report this to the police, and before the insurance agent can leave, Mia kidnaps the insurance agent and unfortunately kills the insurance agent. Mia learns that the insurance agent has a family, and that she told her husband where she would be, basically leaving a loose end. So Mia goes to tie up the loose end, journeying to the insurance agent's house, where she murders her husband and then finds out there's a baby. What's really tragic here is that Mia murders the baby even though the baby is blind. It's one of those moments where it's truly tragic, and it's even more tragic because she murdered the baby out of fear that the baby would be able to report the crime if a police officer used the memory collector on the baby. However, since the baby is blind, the memory collector won't do anything. So it ends up just being all for nothing, which is even more tragic because she not only took that life away, but she took a baby's life away. The last thing here for tragic moments is Sarah leaving her mother, which was in the episode Archangel. For those who haven't seen this episode, there's this tablet called the Archangel tablet, and pretty much the tablet allows a parent to view and monitor the vitals, even censor what their child sees, and kind of be a backseat driver regarding the child's visual and auditory senses. So essentially, a parent can use this device to see what the child sees, hear what the child hears, and if they don't think the child should hear a certain thing or see a certain thing, it can censor it. Along that, also vitals, so you can see when your child is stressed, you can see when your child is sleeping. It's a bit overbearing, to say the least. What happens in this episode is Sarah's mother basically gives her emergency contraception pills, which causes an abortion of the baby that Sarah doesn't yet know she's pregnant with. Once Sarah finds this out because she goes to a doctor because she's not feeling well and the doctor tells her, she realizes her mother's using this device on her. Now, this is obviously a huge violation of privacy for Sarah, which prompts basically a huge argument between the two, and they get into a physical scuffle, and it results with her breaking the tablet and running away from her mother. It's worth noting that the reason her mom even obtained the device was because Sarah became lost when she was younger, which obviously frightened her mom intensely. And it's just really sad because it seems like her mom got it for the right reasons, but was seduced by the abilities of the Archangel device to use it for wrong reasons. I mean, it's kind of sad because she really just needed a tracking device more than anything else, but instead she got a tracking device and so much more. And what makes the end of the episode extra tragic is the fact that when Sarah rebels against her mother, attacking her mother, breaking the tablet, etc., she runs away and becomes lost again. And when her mom, who ends up being knocked out from the scuffle, comes to and runs outside looking for her daughter, it's essentially a repeat of what happened when her daughter was years younger and she lost her originally. Her yelling for her daughter, just having no idea where she is, scared, lost, the pain in her eyes, you can see it. I mean, it's really scary. I mean, in a way, a twisted self-fulfilling prophecy, by being so obsessed with monitoring her daughter's every actions. And it's also kind of ironic because it ends in a very tragic way if you have the point of view from Mary, which is the mother, but not really for the daughter. If anything, for the daughter, it's liberating, which is even more tragic because that liberation is coming at the cost of not only their mother-daughter relationship, but also at the cost of a mother having her daughter. I hope you guys thought these were interesting. We wanted to do something for the Black Mirror Season 4. We thought about doing Easter eggs, but we thought this might be something more interesting, something different than what others have done. So comment below your guys' thoughts. Would you like to see more Black Mirror content? And yeah, we'll see you guys later.